This podcast is brought to you by The Pod Tower, hosted by the Watchtower database. Visit youtube.com/thepodtower for informative, hilarious DC animation-themed podcasts and live streams every week. And check out the Watchtower database for DCAU video essays, timelines, fan theories, and more. And please, enjoy the show.
Three, two, 1.
Oh, fuck.
That was perfect on my end.
The
just
fuck?
saying.
Yeah, okay.
3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
We don't know how to do this anymore. What is it?
3, 2, 1. Oh, he's coughing. 3, 2, 1. Wow.
Yeah! Yeah! The boys are back in town, the boys! Not getting
And we're here for your
claimed again.
stupid mental health.
Yeah, whatever. We do this for us.
Do we?
I don't know. I haven't seen you since we recorded.
Truth.
So, life's been just swell like always. That's what happens.
Oh, everything's been nothing but perfect. What?
I have a dinosaur.
Wow, I have a pair of scissors and a fidget spinner. They're both orange.
What do you have, listener?
You do?
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. I didn't open any of the documents. I wasn't ready.
From brain.
Okay. Hi, listeners. Welcome back to this episode something of Jump on the Bat-Wagon. I'm James from the Watchtower database, and I'm here to show my good buddy Brian the entire DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time in the controversial Airdate orders so that he may view these shows the way human beings experienced them in the far gone days of the 1900s.
And I'm Brian.
And
Did you actually do that from memory?
I did. I didn't look at anything.
Wow.
Thank you. Wow.
Actually, can you chop out my wow and put in that like social media?
Wow. Yeah. With the sparkles. Yes. I did not do that.
Okay, good.
Although now I have the fuel for us to have a button that's just the two of us doing that simultaneously.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
The antithesis to the
disappointed.
We can have Brian and James going, wow.
I like that.
That's the Keen effect sound. I don't know. How have we not established a Keen effect sound yet?
That's a question that's worth asking. And we are here to ask these difficult questions.
And what might be the answer to such a question?
Politicians don't answer questions, you fool.
Oh, you got me. Strike two.
Disappointed!
What else? What do I say next? I'm really not at the place where I say the things.
We just do the thing. We watch an episode and we make people laugh. And then sometimes they don't laugh, but we don't hear it either way.
That's true. That's fine. We're just assuming that they're always laughing. Oh, I can hear them right now. Oh, thanks, Joe. Thanks for playing a little riff there for us. That's Joe over there. He's always in a drum set in the corner of my room.
He's in a drum set.
He is in a drum set. At the time of this recording,
1:41 p.m.,
the new Batman Adventures is streaming on Max.
My dog.
And available on DVD and Blu-ray.
My other dog's name is Rose.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Thank you.
We just really got a good crowd going tonight.
That was really funny. Yeah.
Joe, calm the fuck down already, will you?
If you'd like to follow along, that's actually Joe is 20 people laughing.
He's got a very distinct laugh.
Yeah.
It sounds like 20 people laughing.
That's why he was on for the ventriloquist episode. He can do it. It's his keen effect.
It's amazing.
If you, the listener, the person laughing constantly, would like to follow along, you can head over to bit.ly/watchdcau or bit.ly, whatever. Links in the show notes. Okay, did you remember anything about that whether we were watching Batman or Superman or anything like that today? Because it's been 2 weeks since we recorded.
No.
I already said
Critters
the name of the
last,
show.
right?
Yeah, I already said the name of the show just now when I said it was streaming on Max, so you could have picked up on it.
Fucking didn't.
All
Guess
right.
what?
What do you think it is? No, I'm not going to give you any clues at all. Remember.
Oh, Batman?
It's Batman. It's called Animal Act, which you guessed correctly was a Nightwing Circus thing.
Oh, yeah. I remember talking about
Nightwing
that.
Circus.
That was 3 months ago, James.
Yeah, I'm not going to even get into more of your prediction because I spoiled something for you that I wish I hadn't. So we're just going to watch the episode and see if you remember that I spoiled that thing as it's happening. This first aired.
I remember.
Friday. You do? What is it?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to tell you. It's a spoiler.
Stop. That's the new that.
Oh my god.
This first aired. What do I do? Friday.
You need a to counter your laugh button. I need a please laugh button. Please applaud. What does that guy say? Please clap.
Yeah. That guy, Jeb Bush.
Is that who it was?
It was, yeah.
Gross.
Friday, September 26th, 1998, 8:30 a.m. Kids WB. 1 week after last episode, Critters. This aired number 17 and produced number 16, right after Cult of the Cat. Writer is Hilary J. Bader. Director is Kurt Gaeda. Music is Harvey Cohen, maybe the last time. Animation is by Coco/Dong Yang, which is, for clarity, I think I've said this to you before, but for the listener at least, that is 2 different animation companies teaming up on the episode. It's not Coco Dong Yang, one guy. It's at least several guys.
Look, listener, when 2 animation companies love each other very much, lot, yeah,
they make a Coco Dong Yang.
Oh, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably safer.
Yeah, it's more appropriate for the BSNP of this podcast.
The censors are really getting on us these days. We talk about too much stuff in general.
The next coffee. I'm looking at the coffees. There's so many coffees still yet to come. I probably should go with the one just for the sake of making it feel nice. What am I saying here? Head over to the link in the description to send us a Yoppie beverage and support the show.
Send us a coffee for making it feel nice.
Making it feel nice. In an upcoming episode, we'll plug your shit even. We'll also do a push-up for every $1. So send us coffee for our health and your entertainment. Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from Banana Man, who says, okay.
Batman's...
Oh, that's the wrong button.
Okay. Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Banana Man.
Yeah, he did say that, I think, before he was like swooped away by Banana Man Bat and all that stuff.
However, you need to give us something to plug. So give us all the information because I'm fucking dying to know.
Who the fuck is this? Yeah.
Who is Banana Man? Were they at the live podcast? I don't know. I was there. Were you, Banana Man?
I hope so. Yeah,
Kyle?
we were hoping that Banana Man would show up, and if he was there, he didn't tell us, which I think was also the instruction. So
if it wasn't for the Yop Tower getting stranded in their car in like Nebraska or whatever, I was looking forward to seeing them throw eggs at us.
Yeah, I do like on the Buy Me a Coffee website, a lot of people, it has their like initials. So like Dylan Pollock, it says DP on the cup. Conrad, it says KN on the cup. Like a little icon. Banana Man is one word, so it shows the first 2 letters and it just says ba.
Ba. Like the Batman.
It says
Ba.
There it is.
Yeah. So that's why I played that. Of course, it was all predictable. 5 Yoppie Bevs. So we have to do 25 push-ups. Yeah, I can't remember.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I was just juggling 5 balls, so my arms are tired.
I was just juggling nothing.
Oh my god. 1,
5,
2,
6,
3,
7,
4,
8,
5,
9,
6, 7,
10. Wee little break.
9, 10, 11,
so strong.
12,
11,
13,
12,
14,
13,
15,
14,
17,
15,
18,
16,
19,
17,
20,
18,
21, 22,
19,
23,
20. I just didn't want to go too fast.
25. Woohoo!
21,
Yeah, that's
22, 23, 24.
I am a tired boy. Thank you for asking.
25.
Banana Man, I hope you're good, okay?
I hope you're okay.
Come to Big Bus. I'll buy you a coffee, okay?
Come
Just
to
be
Big
okay.
Muscle. It's right here.
Oh my god. I like you're wearing a muscle shirt.
I am accidentally, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing a... Hold on.
Oh, audience, he's wearing nothing at all. Oh, he did take his shirt off.
I'm wearing no shirt.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, come on. It's not as good. It's not good right now.
It's okay.
I don't like this. Let's go watch whatever the fuck it's called, Animal Act.
And we're going to watch it naked. Oh, okay.
You could knock.
I did a little computer tracking of the Haley Circus tour for the last 6 months. Seems that each town the circus played in was visited by a series of inexplicable robberies. Electronic items, like chips, micro-tools, circuitry.
There's no way Miranda had anything to do with these robberies.
She had the time, experience, and access to train the gorilla.
I know her.
You knew her a lifetime ago. What?
Computer just picked up a silent alarm at the Sharp Alert car locator factory.
That's only 10 blocks away.
Coming.
Three, 2, 1, clap!
3, 2, 1, go. 1, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. This episode fucking sucked, Brian. I don't care. Can you tell me what happened? Can you tell me what happens, please? No, I'll play it for Cooney.
If you're wondering,
We haven't heard from Cooney in a while, have we?
Yeah.
what you just watched.
Except every week.
Synyap. Take a listen to the synopsis. The shortened summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
I
Ding.
debated reaching out and touching the button so it wouldn't play the ding. Just to give you just that little like, oh no, that you
That's
need.
terrible. Okay. Everyone's out on the rooftops. Here comes a monkey. Monkey climbing tower, but wearing trench coat, so it doesn't look like monkey.
Nope.
Trench coat and hat get disturbed. Uh-oh, it monkey. It's actually a gorilla.
Yeah, Robin was wrong.
And Dick and crew go to circus. Hello, monkey. Don't touch monkey. Insurance liabilities. Red herring? Not really. Bears? Uh-oh. In a garage, trying to steal microchips. Why do bears? Oh no, fight time. Batman crush bear.
Batman murder bear.
Nightwing
kidding.
also murder bear, but he's forklift certified,
Less.
so that's okay.
Yeah, because he was in the circus where they do forklifts.
Yeah. Harvey Bullock, you better figure out your bears. Clown. Uh-oh, I don't talk. I'm a clown.
That's what
Turns
clowns
out
do.
I'm actually the Mad Hatter, not clown. Uh-oh, everybody and every animal is mind controlled, including Snake. Oh, no, have big fight. Uh-oh, mind control people are no longer mind controlled. Mad Hatter has gun. Uh-oh, bye-bye gun. Mad Hatter captured, hat broken, Robin shuffling garbage, literal garbage from a gorilla pen. Not poop, but garbage.
The gorilla was
Boxes
eating Cheez-Its.
and bottles. What the fuck? The end.
The end. Boxes and bottles. What the fuck? The end. Here's the official synopsis. Dick Grayson revisits his roots as a circus performer, only to find someone is controlling the circus animals in the undertaking of crimes. What a way to phrase that.
Roots, bloody roots.
What's that?
Never mind.
Explain.
Sepultura.
You can't just do that and not explain what the fuck that was.
There's a Sepultura song, and I don't think it's what the Australians think it's about. And although it's really gross if it is what the Australians think it's about.
Okay.
And then someone did a remix with like some like, I don't think it was actually like Pavarotti, but somebody singing like operatically along with this metal song. It's a really good combo, actually. Anytime someone sings opera with metal, it's great.
I'd rather be listening to that than watching this. We already did it, though. We already watched the episode. This episode was a series of Mad Hatter not being a worthy adversary over and over and over again. Like, just every single thing he did made me like, even though we've known in every other Mad Hatter episode that his hat controls the mind control chips. I forgot that, and apparently so did Batman, because at any time during the fight they could have taken the hat from him because he's 2 feet tall. They could have bataranged the hat off his head. They could have done anything. And it took like Dole Whip forehead man blowing fire to blow fire on it in order to make it explode or whatever. And then it was just Mad Hatter runs away and pushes boxes that they can easily get over. Mad Hatter pulls a gun because he has no other option. And then a gorilla humps him really hard and crushes all his organs. And because you were like, that would have just killed him. Gorillas are like 800 pounds or something.
Yeah. Should we actually see the...
Yeah, I think so.
One moment, please.
Gorilla weight. Oh, my bad. Only 350 to 450 pounds.
Well, the way it leapt like 3 feet in the air and slammed its ass down on his ass was like still probably would have killed him. And also what, like we said, what Batman did to that bear. I was just, I don't remember this episode at all. I never watched this episode. So when Batman crushed a bear with a car lift thing, I was like, what the fuck? I was shouting, Batman, no, what are you doing? Stop.
Yeah. Like, oh, cool. You just broke all of the bear's internal or ribs and punctured all of his internal organs. That's fun.
I guess we established in Critters that he doesn't mind killing animals, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he's not a vegetarian or a vegan.
Yeah, he was on top of it. Tell me why this episode is...
Tell me why
this episode is centered around Dick Grayson being in the circus when he was a kid, when instead it had nothing to do with the plot. Mad Hatter just happened to be there. Mad Hatter chose so poorly his wherever he aimed his crimes, because it just happened to be where Batman's protege lived as a kid.
Can I ask a question? Mad Hatter plot. Those are the beginning of this formula. That's in a Mad Hatter plus plot in parentheses. And then there's like an equal sign, but a question mark over that, and says microchips.
Yeah.
Like he's like in an he's in a garage. He's in a mechanics, whatever you call it.
What were they?
And there's they got these cars that look like they're from the 1930s, which, spoiler, don't have microchips in them. But there's just like where you'd expect like what looked like mechanics toolboxes were just drawers full of like microchips. Like, oh, your tire went flat because you need a new tire unflattening microchip. Let's put that in your old-timey car.
Maybe it was some kind of front, but they didn't explain that at all.
But again,
it had like a cool keypad entryway thing or something.
The thing, okay, whatever. Entry doesn't really matter. Like microchips. They are.
I hear those things are awfully loud. Like glide as softly as a cloud.
Like
microchips.
The thing, it's like a microchip is essentially like if you go analog days, you didn't have microchips. You had thing attached to another thing by a wire, and then we figured out how to do it like not two-dimensionally, but basically two-dimensionally on a little board. And then we put like capacitors and things in the way and other chips and computers and things that can think and like all this like groovy good shit. But like if you're in a garage, if you're in a mechanic and you're having bears steal the microchips for you, it's going to be like the thing that makes your brakes work in your car. And if you just put it around someone's neck, it's not going to mind control. I know I'm going a little off the rails on this, listener. You don't have to tell me.
Mad Hatter somehow knows how to take things like that and make them into mind control. But I think even back in his first episode when he's just like, I'm a guy that works at Wayne Enterprises or whatever, and I'm experimenting on rats. And look, I made it so I can control the rats. Don't ask me how. I just did it. And it's just been his MO since is don't ask me how, I just do it. Although usually it's like little cards he puts in people's hats or hair or something. And then this time he had little like sticky Spider-Man technology that
only on the humans
onto your skin. Oh,
and we saw one where like one of the bears had like a necklace hidden in its fur or something. But
it
then,
had
like,
a
what's the
cell phone, flip phone of microchips.
Yeah.
Motherboard
and then
flip
what
phone.
about the snake? The snake didn't have any
Oh
identifying.
yeah, no. As soon as the snake pulled up, I'm like, "Where'd you put it in the snake, man?"
Yeah.
There's not too many options.
I don't know.
Swallow this real quick.
I realize that again, like suspension of disbelief. So like if I let go of that, if I let go of the like what he's actually physically doing, because mind control with the micro, I don't know. It's a little fucking January 2021, if you ask me, but like all the same.
That's when my son was born.
Yeah, you were there.
The same day.
But almost not.
No.
But that aside, it's also not a good episode.
Well, no. When Mad Hatter reveals himself, and okay, first of all, did you remember how I told you it was Mad Hatter last time?
Not until the clown started talking.
Okay. Did you guess the clown was the bad guy, at least, if not the Mad Hatter?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Because they didn't really focus on, like, I thought about it. I thought, like, hey, they're introducing, like, every circus guy as they're entering the circus, so Brian would have no reason to believe.
So awkwardly. By.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The tomahawks that are
slow motion tomahawks.
Yeah, they're flipping really fast in the air, but moving horizontally at like a foot per second. Like it was.
I think a foot per second
slow.
is a little generous. I think it was a little slower than that.
Well, it was almost believable until you then saw the wide shot where it showed that the guy that was throwing them was like 5 feet away from the target. His like reach on its own of his arm would have been like enough to just instantly throw it into the thing. But they're like, "Whoa, look out! Here come more. We can hear the sound effect."
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't have any time at all.
But like again, the plot of why
you have no idea that the clown is any different from any of the other circus guys. But then as soon as he's like antagonizing Bullock, it's more like, why him? Why is he the guy? We don't see any other circus guys doing other stuff or whatever. And I know that just looks like Mad Hatter and clown makeup, but you hadn't yet memorized necessarily his design update or whatever. So I don't know. I told you it was Mad Hatter last time because to me, when he first shows up, instantly I'm like, oh, it's Mad Hatter. Cool.
Yeah.
10 seconds into the episode.
I didn't clock it.
Okay,
and it was
good,
just,
I guess.
but it was just weird, like the whole time, and like, okay, cool, like the clown like doesn't like this cop poking around, like I get it. I'm a clown that doesn't like cops poking around. That's fine, but like
a clown / mime / whatever. Yeah.
do have a mime act.
Did you notice he exclusively pulled phallic objects out of his pants? First it was snakes, and then it was hot dogs.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Hey, bears, come here, get on your knees." And then I was like, "Well, what the fuck is it?"
I didn't like the pulling the flower out of his pants and be like, "Here, small boy, smell my crotch flower."
Put your face in this.
Yeah, that was pretty
There's
cool.
snakes in it. Yeah.
But no, I didn't. I didn't clock that it was him either as Mad Hatter or as the antagonist.
Okay.
But again, why?
Yeah.
What? We're
Well,
not like.
I want to
what's
say
at
good. It didn't
stake?
ruin the episode, but who cares?
Yeah, what's at stake? A gorilla climbed up a tower and stole a microchip. A couple bears busted into a garage and like, I don't know, didn't steal anything.
It would
What's
have
the
been
plot?
interesting for them to do something more with, oh, Nightwing's here. He was in the circus before. He knows circus things, like some sort of in and out of the production or the behind the scenes or something that he would have had like insider
or he has
knowledge
to like
on.
do some act that like he used to do as a kid with somebody to escape this thing or to save this thing. But like I like sincerely asking you, what is the plot?
Okay. They go to the circus.
No, not what they did, but like what's the plot?
Oh, it's Mad Hatter's plot, or what? No, I agree that it's nothing. Like Mad Hatter's controlling animals so that he can have more tech to control people. But there's not really an end game to that. He just likes to do it because he's Mad Hatter. And he coincidentally did it at a circus that Nightwing went to, which would make you think that Nightwing would have some advantage over him because of that. But instead, it could have been anybody. It could have been Batgirl and by herself. And it would have been the exact same episode. Like, I was confused why.
Like, who was it danger?
I don't know. Miranda Kane.
Was she she was mind controlled? Was she in danger?
she was. Look, I'm not trying to defend the episode.
I need
You're
you
asking me
to.
questions. You're asking me on leather wing style questions. I'm not going to do that. It made me think of there's an issue of the tie-in comic to Batman the Animated Series where Robin, like when he's still Robin, Dick Grayson goes back to the circus and has to like foil a plot to like destroy the circus's reputation and all this stuff. And yeah, he has to do like an acrobatic act and he has to team up with his old partners and, you know, all these
Sick.
things.
Yeah, cool.
And then I think it's that issue where it winds up being that because it's called Haley's Circus, and Mr. Haley was like the ringmaster guy who says bye to him when he's a little baby boy in Robin's Reckoning. And I'm pretty sure that's that issue that's like, oh, Mr. Haley's actually corrupt and he was trying to destroy the circus for insurance money or something. And it's just a much like, it's not necessarily as action packed or something as fighting bears and snakes and shit would be, but it's like a more interesting story than this. There was nothing really happening in this. And yeah, there's no real threat of any kind other than when they're having to fight the bears, sort of.
Yeah. You take the brown one. I'll take the other brown one.
Why did Mad Hatter also?
What?
I'll let you speak. But why did Mad Hatter say, "Oh, Calais, whatever, Alice in Wonderland quote here, Alice in Wonderland quote there," and then when the guy's fire is there, he's just like, burnt toast or something.
Yeah,
He
do you
just,
want
like,
a little
says
bit
that
of
shit
jam
is-
with your toast?
boy. Yeah, it's just very like, okay, you ran out of those already? Like, really? I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I prepared for months.
I have to assume, were those the original lines from the Walrus and the Carpenter thing where he
think so.
says, like, bears and snakes and this thing? It's like, if that actually is the right verse, if there's a different verse than the one I'm used to from the Disney cartoon, I'm assuming that means they were just, oh, okay, Mad Hatter, we got to do a Mad Hatter. Read through Alice in Wonderland. Oh, they talk about animals here. What if Mad Hatter was like where animals were, a bunch of animals? Then he can say the animal lines. Oh, yeah. Where are animals? Circus? Who was in the circus? Nightwing? Oh, that's enough. Write it. Go. Like, there was don't think any further than that. Just go. Just do it.
Yeah, I'm going to give you that one.
Sorry
can I talk
to Hillary
about
J. Bader.
I'm not. I'm sorry. You're a writer. Like, write a plot. Not sorry. Not sorry. Not sorry. You've done better.
Yeah.
And I've done worse. It's fine. It just wasn't a good episode. My favorite part, though, I do really want to talk about.
Yes.
And we joked about this during the episode. Robin is calling Batman, who's having an intense stare off with Nightwing, and it's just like little. I mean, I'd call it a pager, but it was definitely like a phone, a phallic shaped phone.
something.
And he's just like cuts to Batman. It's like ringing when we're like looking at Batman, and then it cuts to Nightwing, and it's still ringing, and it cuts back to Batman, and it's still ringing, and it cuts back to Nightwing, and it's still ringing. It cuts back to Batman. He's like, "What?" And I just really want to see this, like,
extend it as long as possible.
I'm one of those people who like, please writers do the uncomfortable thing, like comedy writers. And so I would really like to see a version of that where it's just like I feel like if it's like a minute or two long, it's going to be really funny.
The longer it goes, like, God
Especially
damn,
the way
you're
he
like
picks
peaks
up-
and valleys.
Yeah, and just the way he picks up the phone, just like, what? Like at the end of minutes of ringing.
I wonder if there's a good shot of Robin like on the phone in some other episode saying something completely innocuous or unrelated, or like a very like, I need to see more butts, just some random thing to make Batman pissed off that he finally answered it and it was nothing. But I did really like I do want to do what you just said, but I also appreciated that there was at least that moment of, oh, Batman and Nightwing kind of contentious. Like they used to be partners and now they're not for some reason.
Oh, dude.
But they didn't do any more with that at all. The rest of the episode was just them like doing zany one-liners at each other and punching bears and crushing things.
Punching bears and crushing things.
Punching things and crushing bears.
There you go. I gotta say, man, I am fucking tired of the like, oh,
Yeah.
Nightwing, I'm going to be
You are already. He's only been here like 3 times.
but it's like,
Yeah,
what the fuck, dude? Who cares? Whatever. Like, you're like, really, you got like a beef? You guys got a beef now. We're real fucking caught up in this beef that you got. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You work together fine for the rest of the episode, and you're just like, oh, I don't know, but maybe we still have beef. It's like, no, fuck off.
Remember, you're in my house. That was another like sort of lazy writing thing. Was just like, oh, I can't think of anything. Batman's at his house again. Like Batman showed up in the dark at his house, and like they call it out even like, I need to get an alarm or whatever. It's like, it doesn't necessarily excuse that you just did the same thing again.
Yeah, and then Nightwing does it to I've already forgotten her name.
Oh, Miranda.
Yeah.
Miranda hug and kiss.
I was going with an inner friend group joke for Miranda, but I'm not going to say that on.
You can't say it. We don't know what it is. Nobody knows.
Kimmy knows.
Oh, Kimmy's
She's probably going
laughing.
to text me about it.
Sounds like this.
Kimmy sounds a lot like Joe when she laughs.
Yeah, I know. We've all heard it. The animation in this was pretty terrible.
Oh my god,
it wasn't the worst we've ever seen.
it's pretty
but
bad.
Yeah,
I love the bit where Nightwing is like walking kind of like in profile, and then he turns half an inch and suddenly a face appears. Like they forgot to animate it on profile, and then as soon as he turns half an inch, he's got a full face there. It is so disarming.
I don't remember that shot, but I do remember a close-up of Batman when he's first at Nightwing's apartment, where his head is turned not quite straight forward and not quite 3/4 turn where you would normally see these characters, like the common angle you see these characters, but halfway between that to where you can see a tiny amount of his eye past the bridge of his nose on this on the far side, and then he has like lip marks on the outside of both of his lips to like protrude them to show you like 3D space or something. Yeah. And then
he's just making a smoochy face.
Pretty much. And then he's doing the where are the other drugs going? But he can put that line to that shot, but it's such a weird angle. And then when he
can you do a clip like a clip? What do you say?
While the phone's ringing, the phone's ringing in his
just
pocket.
Keep cutting back and forth to different clips. Start with that. There you go. So it's like a clip show TikTok. I don't know.
Yes, I'll figure it out.
Thanks, baby doll.
He says. But yeah, so there's that shot, and he says like an entire sentence, and his head, eyes, nothing, absolutely nothing moves except for his lips, and it looked like a very like Scooby-Doo Super Frenzy era shot of like, we don't have the budget to do more than that, so they're just going to stand perfectly still and move their mouth and like nothing else. And then the rest of the episode, I was just watching for that, and there were so many stiff moments, and I think a lot of that is just like, whichever of the Coco Dong Yang did this one, because I feel like it was just one of them. I didn't notice it shift at all. Just doesn't do a lot of the like foundational principles of animation of like, oh, you animate a ball bounce, it's going to go down and it's going to squish at the bottom, and then it's going to stretch vertically as it goes back up, and then that insinuates the motion.
It just maintains a perfect circle.
Yeah, it was just
time.
a circle bouncing, and the best example of that was when they're fighting the bears. Nightwing like leaps off of something, and he does like a weird leapfrog off the back of the bear, or no, it's the lion. He does that so that it can fall on its back and Batman can wrap its feet up. But when the shot of Nightwing like going and just going off the back of the lion, like they just touch each other and go opposite directions. There's no squash and all that stuff. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, try harder. I don't know. I know this is a really difficult thing to do. I suck at it when I try to do it at all. I have no like, you know, I don't envy these people, but it just felt very like, okay, this maybe I'm discovering why I don't like this animation company as much or whatever. Is they're just like, oh, we're really good at drawing the characters, but when we have to make them move, it's like, I don't know how to do that. They're just gonna go that way. They're not gonna have any sort of momentum or inertia or anything. They're just gonna exist in one spot, and like you said, turn their head, and now they're looking this way. Like, I don't know. So there you go. That's my thought.
It's fun stuff, dude.
That's my review of Animal Act. You want to hear the cast?
I do want to hear the cast.
Okay. Too bad. Kevin Conroy as Batman / Bruce Wayne. Matthew Valencia as Robin / Tim Drake. Okay, why did Robin have to scoop the trash? What did he do to deserve that? What was the punchline there?
Because he wanted to know what it was like growing up at the circus. So shoveling trash.
He didn't. All they needed to do, I know they're on a time crunch, whatever. All they needed to do is have like one line early on where he's like, I could do this. This is super easy. This is fucking stupid.
Yep.
And then that
You're
would all be all you need. But he didn't do that. He just had to scoop quote unquote poop, even though it was just a bunch of gray boxes.
Why? There was a bottle too. There was a on the left side of the pile. There's a bottle sticking out of it. Like it was actual trash, not just like, oh, it's a mound of something.
Yeah.
It could be poop. Who knows? No, trash. It's trash. It's trash. He's shoveling.
The gorilla's
boxes.
a drunk.
He's a hoarder. He's a drunk.
Lauren Lester as Nightwing / Dick Grayson, which reminds me that the very top of the episode, he's in silhouette on the roof. He jumps down. Batman immediately a bat ring.
The bat
what the
ring.
fuck? Batarang.
He's getting bat married.
he immediately proposed to Nightwing. Oh, damn it! I almost married you. But Nightwing comes out of the shadows and they're like relieved that it's him. And Batman's like, you got to work on your stealth skills. I heard you a mile away or something. And I'm like, then why did you react like that? And why did you go into defense mode? Were you putting on a show? No, you would have just stood there and been like, I wasn't scared. I'm Batman.
Right.
You didn't.
But he was
sneak
scared
up on
and
me.
reactive and.
That maybe that is.
Oh,
why
we
he
just
said
gotta
that.
show the beef between Nightwing and Batman because it's such an important thing. Oh, they fucking hate each other now.
Yeah, remember that. Jane Weidlin as Miranda Kane. She was previously Shannon in Torch Song, Bruce Wayne's date at the start of the episode.
Oh,
that did nothing. Roddy McDowell as Mad Hatter. Robert Costanzo as Detective Harvey Bullock.
Get up when the high switch back! Get up when the high switch back!
I threw myself off a little bit because I forgot it was misspelled in the Blu-ray credits as Robbery Costanzo. Still 1B, but Robbery Costanzo. Corey Burton as Strongman, who was previously Binko in World's Finest Part 1, who Batman is like, hey, we're at the dance club, I'll slam you against a wall, and now Superman's here to heat vision my mask off. And he's also Brainiac in all the Brainiac episodes.
hooray.
Laurie Johnson as Knife Thrower's wife.
It's funny, there's not a knife thrower in this, but that's fine.
Tomahawk, Indigenous Peoples Day man. Like he had like red paint on his face, but it was not clear whether he was like Native American or if he was just putting on like Native American stolen valor for the circus.
It's a good question.
I don't want to know.
He can throw 5 tomahawks at once, though, so that's
he sure
something.
can
In a perfect line. What?
Yeah. What?
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Imagining things. Well, no, I'm not.
Laurie Johnson, the knife thrower's wife, she was previously additional voices in Fear of Victory, Nurse in The Terrible Trio, and Mom in Love is a Crock on the TV baby doll mom TV show Mom. I got some trivs. You want to hear them?
I guess so.
Okay. In the shot where Mad Hatter removes his clown wig, the colors of the wig and his actual hair are switched. I did notice that he has like red hair as the clown, and then she's like, "What's going on? What are you doing?" He reaches up and he has like his grayish blonde Mad Hatter hair, and then pulls it off to reveal red hair on his actual hair, and then in the next shot it's back to what it should be.
Okay, I got a question. What happened to the clown? The actual clown.
Oh yeah, they all thought he was just a clown. Did he just did he sign up for the circus and work there for like months and months? And they're like, "Yep, that's the clown." Or did he take the place of the clown? But he looks enough like that guy. Who knows? Maybe it's like in the Jordan Hill episode where Joker takes whatever that guy's clown business is, and nobody's like, "Hang on a second, that's not that guy. That's actually the Joker." Whatever.
Classic.
In one scene, Peaches the gorilla, Bitches the gorilla, is shown to break bolas thrown on it by Robin. In the previous episode, Critters, a giant cow which theoretically possessed much greater strength than the gorilla, was shown to be unable to break them.
What?
That's a triv.
What?
Do you like it?
I don't know if I agree with the like strength and ability to
Do you think
to
the
break
cow
them.
the cow not being able to break it is based on like gorilla like have like human limbs that can move in good ways? Cows.
I'm just saying, like, between gorilla and oversized cow, who's the person out there who's like, oh well, the difference
if
in
a
strength
real Farmer
between
Brown cow was wrapped up,
yeah, like
you wouldn't be able to do it.
what? Like why? Because the cow's bigger, and therefore it should be able to break it. Versus like
Yeah. Also, what a thing to pick on of this episode.
yeah, that's a pretty weak triv, I gotta say.
Yeah, I agree. We should just
And then
we
the lion breaks it later on.
Yeah. Here's what we should do is when we go, and if there's a triv that just makes us go like, no, or like neat or whatever, then I just go onto the DCAU wiki and delete it from the page. They'll really like that.
Yeah.
Some of the bears' vocals are those of stock recordings of big cats.
Nice.
I kind of heard it a little bit. Is that like kind of, stock big cat sound? You want me to do it again for you?
No.
I won't. Detective Harvey Bullock refers to the clown in this episode as Clarabelle, an allusion to the clown of the Howdy Doody Show, 1947. Clarabelle never spoke on the show until the very end of the very last episode when he simply said, "Goodbye, kids." So I guess that's why he doesn't speak. It's like a reference in its entirety.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wow.
Also, he refers to the bears as Yogi and Boo Boo of the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. When asked about her parents, Miranda says they've retired to Sarasota. That's where Ryan Hipp lives. Sarasota, Florida was the longtime winter home of the Ringling Brothers Circus. Cecil B. DeMille's The Greatest Show on Earth was filmed there. The movie is a love story set in and starring the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's Circus. It had a reason behind that choice for the word that she said.
Wow, what a triv.
Wow, I like it. Per a post on the Toon Zone forums, Bruce Timm considers this to be one of the worst episodes of the DC animated universe.
I feel like I've heard that before.
The others on his list. So whenever I come across one of these, is in the past it's been like this one and 4 others we haven't gotten to yet or whatever, but now we have almost all of them. The others on his list are Cat Scratch Fever, Heavy Metal, which was the Steel episode, The Terrible Trio, which takes his number 1 spot, and one episode we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay.
So we got them all.
Looking forward to that.
Last, I've got Batman and Nightwing as the original Robin, previously confronted 2 bears with a fire hose in the feature film Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero.
Okay, I do want to talk about the fire hose scene.
Yes.
Where Batman is
Do I
like,
delete that triv from the page, by the way? this is like when we had Joe on for Avatar, and he's like, the sand is a reference to Dune, where there's sand in this movie or whatever. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? Yeah.
The fire hose thing. For one, you're very unlikely to have like a water-based fire hose at a mechanics. Like,
oh yeah, and of that like caliber, like even if they had one for just like a car wash or something, but no, it was like a full. This was a
like
mechanics,
a 3 or 4 inch.
Yeah, it was a mechanic / fire station / microchip production factory.
Yeah, because we're all these like robot arms and stuff, like half putting microchips in drawers.
This was just a place where anything you need to fight bears and or steal things they are there.
But yeah, Batman's approach of fend off bear with hose, which works for some time and then stops working. It's just, I don't get it.
In the same way that there's like, oh, the gorilla could break the bola, but the cow couldn't. Is the DCAU trying to tell us that grizzly bears are stronger than polar bears? Because they shot the fire hose at the polar bears on the oil derrick thing, and they just were like, and blasted away.
Polar bear is a lot bigger than a grizzly bear.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, man.
There, 1 moment, please.
Well, then that's the reverse.
1 moment, please.
Of what I'm saying. This was a really good hose on the oil derrick, I guess.
Oh my God.
They weigh 8,000 pounds.
I mean,
Anyone doing the coffee next time, we'll just do polar bear lifts instead of push-ups.
This is, yeah. See, I'm looking at the Library of Congress.gov.
To find size of polar bears? What?
Yeah.
That's where I go.
Average weight, 1,150 pounds. Weight range 900 to 1,500 pounds.
Oh, okay. That was where your gorilla math was coming from.
Yeah. Kodiak brown bears, which I think are maybe larger than grizzlies, are almost literally half that at 787 pounds, and with a 5
so
to 900
really
pound.
are packing.
Like double.
Yeah, okay.
Like significantly
guessed
larger.
that.
Yeah.
I would've
No.
assumed
They're
smaller.
pretty
Yeah.
sure they're the largest bear.
Wow. You learn something in trivs every time.
Every time.
The explosion is reused polar bear.
God, no.
We're funny guys.
Dude, so
we make
funny.
people go like this.
Oh my God. Listen to that laughter. Listen to Joe just having a drum solo. What a time to be alive.
I know. He does a really good roll. Keen effects. Wow.
No?
No. I can't think of a single one. Okay. I'll tell you a thing I thought was stupid in this like normal realm that we talk about with keen effects was that when Batman first shows up at Nightwing's loft, he's like standing in shadow, and okay, that actually is probably the only keen thing was the establishing shot of Batman from a low angle with the light behind him. It just looked like a shot from BTAS, and I was like, oh, cool. Like that's really that's a really good shot. And then every shot after that of him in that same spot, it looked like the lamp was right above him, not behind him. So it was like, yes, the darkest place in the room, like where he's hidden in shadow.
My anti-keen moment of choice is the Batmobile being like
Yes.
so impressionistic. Like it didn't look at all
They
like
pulled
the
up to the
Batmobile.
circus at the end. Yeah.
And it was just like
a flat Picasso
It was a very Picasso. There's like a little bit of light coming from the right side, which kind of highlighted some of the like body panels. And the rest of it was just a black shape, and the black shape also creeped onto the right side, and it just didn't really look like anything.
I had like a brain blast of like 14 thoughts in the like 1 second of the Batmobile that I saw before you said like that's the most minimalist Batmobile we've ever seen or something. Was that I did like an animated remake of the Batman versus Superman trailer like a long time ago, and there's a shot in the normal trailer of the back of the Batmobile as it like drives through a bunch of fire, and I was like, oh, I gotta find a shot of the back of the Batmobile, and I was looking all over the place, and I landed on one from like I think a Justice League episode or something, and used that, and it's very like close up on the back. There's so many like different highlights and details, and the thrusters are firing and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's a really good one. I'll try to copy that. And then as I thought about that shot comparatively, as soon as the Batmobile showed up in that shot in Animal Act here, where it's just like, yeah, that's all you got, huh? Okay. Like you just like, draw me the Batmobile in 5 seconds. Good to go. Okay. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Draw the Batmobile while staring me in the eyes. Don't even look at the paper. Just do it.
It was definitely the vague impression of a Batmobile.
Yeah. And they're like, good enough. There's no CGI,
But it wasn't.
thank God.
It wasn't good
Yeah,
enough.
it wasn't good enough. Which one do I press?
Batman's usefulness. How useful is he?
I love it. It's so
He was
good.
okay. He was okay.
Batman's
in this
usefulness though. No, nothing. Zero.
episode. Why he did too much, I think, and he didn't do anything, but he did too much. Like this should have been a Nightwing story, but Batman just kept popping in. I figured out the next thing. Come with me.
Yeah.
I figured out the next thing.
Oh, you
Come
just
with
figured
me.
it out, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, they don't have a scene of them discovering Mad Hatter, but Mad Hatter shows up, and then they show up, and she's like, it's the Mad Hatter. Like, yeah, we fucking know.
Yeah.
And we're like, when? Why?
Yeah.
How do you know? I mean, I guess they just guessed from the the stuff he's stealing, but it could have been Riddler. It could have been anybody. Joker. I don't know.
Yeah. Where? Why? How? It's just so many questions.
So I'll give Batman a 2.
Wow. Swinging for the fence.
1.8. 1.8. Forklifts. I don't fucking care. Out of 10.
All right. I'm going to try to care.
Okay. Just skip over it.
Wow. I need an object.
I know. I was like, we already talked about every single object in the episode. So
Yeah.
slow motion axes.
I'm going to give him 0.8.
Generous. I gave him way more than that.
0.8 animators who don't know how fire eating and breathing actually works out of 10.
Oh yeah. Did you like the sword guy that unswallowed his sword to like unsheath it to fight them? That was like the most clever thing in the entire episode.
It's all dumb. It's all
other than the
so
phone
dumb.
ringing. The phone ringing and the sword unswallowing.
Ooh, yeah. No, I'm gonna give him an infinite amount of phone rings out of 10.
Yeah, negative infinity.
Yeah.
Where's Clayface?
He was the
trench coat on
gorilla. Yeah, at the very beginning,
Oh,
just because
yeah.
I said it from the get go, and I'm just gonna stick to it
he
because I don't
just
care
is
enough.
the gorilla. Peaches.
Yeah. Well, in that shot, climbing up the tower,
Is-
unless he's the trash at the end.
yeah, he's being scooped up. That's what Robin was really there to do. He
Collect
needed to know what
Clayface.
life on the circus was, so we let him scoop Clayface.
Wow.
Do you think that if you spent your entire childhood hanging out with like 6 specific animals and then went away from them for like 20 years, that you could instantly see that gorilla and go, that's a gorilla that I know? And that has also aged the same amount of time that you have.
I don't know, man.
Like-
I haven't known too many gorillas.
I just said that, like, okay. I mean, I guess you could say this about like dogs or something. Like if you tragically lost one of your dogs, like in the forest or something, and then decades went by and Max came running up to you, you'd be like, holy shit, it's Max. I feel like if he was still alive somehow.
Yeah.
But it's like, a gorilla. I mean, maybe I'm just being racist to gorillas, but I feel like gorillas just look like gorillas. to me.
James
I don't know.
Strecker, the famous gorilla racist.
Oh no! Don't make that the subtitle. Oh god! I just ruin my reputation more and more every episode. Don't worry.
Oh god.
I don't know. I just felt like it didn't make sense, but I had to for the plot.
I'm
that didn't
going
exist.
to argue a little bit further that it didn't make
Okay.
sense. And also there wasn't a plot, so it made sense even less.
Oh sure, yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Gorilla racist.
yeah, okay. That's you can call me the rest of the podcast. and
Okay.
I'll just own it because it's true, I guess. Now I can press it.
Books or hip hop?
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, while you do that. It's so funny. Brian's not going to listen back to the podcast, so it's fine. But it's funny the amount of times that Brian is like, "Ooh, the beef between Batman and Nightwing," and then that's the very next episode we're watching is Old Wounds. I think the listener picked up on that already, but now you can just go like this. Hang on, I'm not on the right page for the button. It's a ways. It's this Thank you so much. It makes me feel good that you laugh at my jokes. Listen,
I brought back a Bubs. Oh, he's giving me little
Bubs.
hand licks.
can you ask him if it's books or hip hop?
He's not gonna tell me. He's just licking. I'm gonna say hip hop. I was thinking about this. Oh, big yawn.
Because of the clown's big pants.
No, but I'm thinking like white boy, like Vanilla Ice in the 90s hip hop. That's
Yeah,
what this
okay.
is.
Okay. This is going on the bottom 10, right? Is
Oh,
that true?
hell yeah. Oh,
Okay,
look at that yawn. Bubba,
I
you
didn't
gotta
look
say,
at it. I was looking at
you
the
gotta say anything?
document.
Bubba, what's that? You can say anything?
Hello?
Bubba, can I
Hello?
Can I get a whisper? No, he's a little too. He just woke up.
Lip lick.
Yeah, let's put it on the bottom 10. Fuck yeah, that sounds
Okay.
great.
I'm just going to put it after number 9. Why not? Animal Act. It's there. There's 18 of them now. I got to do...
Wow. This is the worst. Listener, I'm going to grab yourself a pen and a paper. I'm going to read this to you. So just write this down. Here, I'll take a...
Ashley Tutchin is Australian.
Yeah. Okay. So it's bottom. You can write that word out or just know that it's there. Capital
Bottom.
F, capital S, EIGHX 17EEN.
Bottom for sake, 17.
17.
We weren't adding on to it before. We were just leaving the 7 in there for reasons unknown because I cannot remember at this point. But you know,
I think it was a 7
is now.
thing, and now it's just turning into chaos. What are you doing, Boo Boo?
Yeah,
What is
it's
he?
okay.
What is he doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing, man?
Look at that little butt.
We got a show to do. What are you doing?
Holding this bubs. Oh.
I'll tell Brian the name of the next episode when we come back. He tries to guess what it is.
We drop
What we drop?
our
Oh, that's your
weekly
mom
Oh
singing.
yeah, those.
into the comment box.
Mom.
There sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're wrong.
At least I am.
Just Dylan Pollock.
Are you allowing him to hear the song?
Yeah, turn
He
the
pointed
headphone
the
around.
headphone at him. Yeah. That's
Okay.
your mom singing. If you want to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can send a short-ass email, an email for your ass, or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com.
Voice message for your ass.
It sure is. Or leave a comment on today's episode on the Pod Tower YouTube channel. But please do not spoil anything past this episode for Brian. Only I am allowed to do that selectively. This is emails and comments from last episode, Critters, or mythical billionaire Paul Bunyan, feat John Freeman. It's a very good subtitle. I was happy.
It's a really good one.
Yeah. Jordan Newman got his musical moment for Critters in at the 1 second after we were recording kind of time. So I'm going to play that real quick. You can pretend it was in last episode.
Oh, let's pretend. Everyone together.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
pretend.
Here we are with John Freeman.
You're listening to GCN Gotham City News with Jack Ryder. Tonight's top story, a giant cow went on the rampage and was stopped by billionaire Bruce Wayne accidentally as he was trying to escape the room. He's no Batman, I'll tell you that for sure, because Batman had to square off with these things deliberately when he had to fight several giant bugs. Alright, so we've got aliens and sorcerers and now just fucking Jurassic Park, which, by the way, just got a sequel about a year ago, which, my point being, this can and will happen again.
Oh, God.
Now over to the SNL Nerds podcast. Now over to the music. The only thing that really stuck out to me was the kind of creepy, I don't know, was that violins or fiddles? The weird string thing for the
Yeah,
farmer's
who knows?
leitmotif, sort of. Never apologize for loving your fandom and try to stay optimistic.
I've got to scroll back to it, but Kale had pointed out that that's directly from some symphony, the fiddle shit that happens when the goat shows up and Farmer Brown's
Fiddle
there
shit.
and all that kind of thing. Fiddle shit.
Oh my God.
Fiddle shit.
Dude.
What?
Jurassic Park, 1993. Lost World,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, 1997. Jurassic Park 3, 2001.
Oh,
Jurassic World, 2015. Jurassic
Yes.
World, Fallen Kingdom, 2018. Jurassic World
Yes.
Dominion, 2022. Jurassic World Rebirth, 2025. What? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Why? The
money
first
franchise.
one, wrap that. Fuck that shit. Why do we do this?
Look, I like The Lost World, but it's not as good.
Get
but
outta
the
here,
first,
Jamie.
The first one's the only good one, the only good one. Sorry about that, listener. Where the fuck is this thing? While I'm scrolling, though, I'll say I did ask Jordan to remind me of this, and I asked you to remind me of this too, was that I was on Jordan's podcast recently to talk about the Caped Crusader cartoon that just came out. And so it's essentially my initial review of that show because we haven't done a big video on it yet. We will be, though. Don't you worry, Brian. So go listen to that. That's the Fandom Optimists podcast. And then also I was on the SNL Nerds podcast, Saturday Night Live Nerds podcast with John Trumbull, who is also a guest on this show. We watched School of Rock. So if you want to hear me talk about School of Rock, hear me talk about something that's not Batman for a change.
I've literally never heard that. So you
Never
talk about
heard what?
anything other than...
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the months and months of filming by reality, I just said only things about Batman.
It was weird.
I know. The symphony thing Kale had sent, it's Camille Saint-Saëns, La Danse Macabre. I wish I could play you a little bit of it, but just look that up at some point, and it has exactly the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for sending in a thing last week. Now we're back in time. We're forward in time. Here we are with Ryan Hipp. I'm moving to the country. Gonna get me an ape named Peaches. Peaches was in the plan that was started by a man at a circus way downtown.
Happy to say I've seen Presidents of the United States live before. It was a great,
cool.
2-hour show.
Oh, it's another video.
Oh,
I hear the spirit of Lori Beth Denberg still haunts this place. It's a special If You Know, You Know edition of this. And it's everybody's favorite, Dicks Out for Peaches. One of my favorite relationships in all of comics is the brotherhood between Tim Drake and Dick Grayson, and there's a little bit of that in this, which I love. Mad Hatter, janky as fuck. I want to spend a little more time talking about Riddler's Reform because the day I'm recording this is the 30th anniversary of that episode, and it's one of my favorites. And it's one of the only other ones I have any memory of seeing on TV, probably a Cartoon Network rerun, because I had a CD-ROM that was like 3 episodes of Batman and Robin, and half of each episode was on there in compressed clip form, and Riddler's Reform was one of them. And so whenever it was on TV, I was like, oh my God, I have to watch it and fill in the gaps and see the whole thing. So, neat. The end.
Thank you.
I'm liking these video updates.
I do. I can commiserate with the only seeing a clip on a CD-ROM type of thing, because I think it was on the Kids WB website, had 2 or 3 clips from Batman Beyond. And I hadn't seen any of the show yet, and I would just take forever to download those clips on dial-up and then repeatedly watch just that, 30 seconds that took all day to download, and just be like, damn, I wonder what happens in the rest of this episode. I guess I'll never know. Yeah. Maybe we'll find out when we get there with you. Dylan Pollock, Animal Act. Come see the robins, bats, and other night-winged creatures mingle. This isn't an MP3. You were supposed to do MP3s now.
It's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on Animal Act, or Animality, or Bestiality. No, wait, that's not it. Dick Grayson was part of the circus, but how in the world would he recognize one specific gorilla he hasn't seen in at least 5 to 10 years?
Dylan.
Also, you've grown. So have you, is some of the horniest dialogue in this children's show. And right in front of Tim, too. Anyway, Bruce's theory is that Miranda has trained a gorilla to do advanced robberies, which I know this is a comic book universe, but shouldn't he be assuming that there has to be something at play besides just the best animal trainer ever? Also, the Mad Hatter has been able to do robberies in other cities. If he knew they were passing through Gotham, why not just lay low and then continue your successful string of robberies? I guess because we wouldn't have an episode of Batman then. This was very DCAU cinema sins of me. Anyway, let's get to the question of the week. James' favorite part.
That is mine.
If you could have one animal under full Mad Hatter control for yourself, what animal would be the most useful? Brian, you can't answer with Max or Blu-ray.
Fuck.
You can answer with DVD and Blu-ray.
What about Kiba?
He's Bitly.
Useful? Useful.
Yeah, I mean, what would I need him for? What would I need the animal to do?
Mind control.
I would need him to mind control. I'd probably go with something that can walk on 2 legs at least, so that it can bring me things like a butler or whatever. But I don't know what animal. Kangaroo. It'd be cool. I want to get there fast.
I want to say squirrel, but I don't really know why. They're very they're handy.
Fast. They get there real quick,
and they're discreet. Yeah. Squirrel. Fuck it.
Okay.
Or mountain lion.
No,
one of those 2.
This is not bestiality episode. We're not supposed to do that.
Oh.
The butler thing reminds me. My parents are on a cruise right now. They had won in an auction, and by spending slightly more money, they got bumped up to a tier where they get a butler for the cruise. So they have a fucking butler that I'm interested to hear the stories about, because supposedly they can just be like, hey, smartwatch notification, bring me a drink kind of thing, like whenever. And I would hate to be the person.
I didn't think slavery was still legal.
Yeah, I don't really know. That they used to be, my ex-girlfriend would make fun of, like, oh, your parents just bought a new flat screen TV. Oh, they bought a piano. Like, they're really fucking rich and all this stuff. And then they're just like, oh, we have a butler on our cruise. I'm like, you can't do this. You can't do this to me.
Did really? Did any of your friends have the opinion that your family was super well off?
I assume so. I mean, we were never rich. We were just like,
no, your parents work their asses off.
Yeah.
And I think I've known your dad and mom each to have 2 jobs at one time before.
At
they
least,
work a lot. That's weird.
Yeah, there's definitely
different
not
vibes. Different vibes.
Silver platter thing, but yeah, they're not Bruce Wayne. I'll tell you that. They're not dead, and I'm Batman. This is from Legitimate Business, Yopton's log number 97. Editing note, it's apparently impossible to find a good boomtube.mp3 just lying around.
Shit, fuck.
Helldivers.
Yopton's log number 97. I just ran away from the most insane, fucked up location in all my travels. Some weird Kirby-esque incarnation of hell. Fire everywhere and spooky apocalyptic people in shapewear everywhere. I managed to snag some funky gloves to make my hands big, but I can't see how that would serve my needs, so I handed them to a man with some insane eyebrows named Dan Turpin. I hope nothing bad ever happens to him. How did I get there in the first place, you may ask? I'm not entirely sure. I was chilling in my hot tub writing my log notes when I got the suck touch by some pink jello man wearing blue lingerie. Next thing you know, my mind was trapped inside of hot pink Jesus himself. He kind of helped me organize my notes for a little bit, but when I reverted back to my own body, there I was, trapped in apocalypse. And you think that's a contrived plot hole on my part? Fuck you.
To end all those like that was good.
Well done.
Thank you. This is a euphonium star damage report for critters. It even has a little goat emoji next to it. Cage, expo booths, curtain, bowl, glass, umbrella, chair, awning, window, taxi, tree, bicycle, backpack, pest control truck, giant mantises, car, police blimp, building facade, Batmobile, truck, bus, fence, china shop, building window, wall and floor, chef barbecue foods window and sauce tank, armored police truck, rocket door, more giant mantises, rocket, boat. Thank you.
I forgot about the sauce.
Never forget about the sauce. This is from Wishbone, a small dog on PBS.
Oh.
I wouldn't feel bad about not being able to solve
Is Wishbone new?
No.
Oh.
I've said that same joke a million times. That's why I said it like that.
Oh, fuck.
A small dog on PBS. I wouldn't feel bad about not being able to solve the unknown's riddle. I have no idea either. So I fed all the clues into an AI and it basically gave me the same response as you guys did.
Seriously?
Although I think I've figured it out. When we get to the unknown, I will reveal my findings that were not helped at all by the Discord server. Why would you say that, Brian?
Oh,
this is from the Real Vic Sage. The Real Vic Sage said, "Hey, Banjo Kazooie and Jimble's Nobotron. I'm new to the comment section
there
and a recent listener. I've been with the Watchtower for a long time, wanted to do a show with my best friend and I doing his first ever watch of the entire DCAU. That idea crashed when you two debuted the podcast. You can still do that. You don't have to not do it just because we did it. I don't know why it took me so long to jump on the Bat-Wagon with you, but over the last 2.5 weeks, I've managed to fill my long work days and time in the gym with my Yoppie dudes.
Aww.
I'm almost caught up and look forward to being here for the rest of the ride. And yeah, don't do it.
Not 2 weeks. No.
Everyone's just gonna start saying lower times.
Not that's too much. Holy shit. Nope.
If he's doing it all day at work and all day at the gym.
No, we're not. No, not that.
Can I not finish the comment? Can I finish the comment, please? I wasn't expecting Apocalypse Now Part 2 to be the on leather wings of Estas, but oh well. Maybe it's my reverence for Jack the King Kirby that alters my opinion of it. In regards to critters, I skip it every time I do a rewatch. Well, now you can't. You can't do that anymore. In fact, John Freeman says Critters is my favorite episode, and I'm glad Brian didn't hate it. Thanks, John. It's the best one you've seen in a while, I'm sure. This is from Zane Beatty. I'm getting too much enjoyment out of someone putting effort into a little Guess Who game, getting zero interest from Brian and James. But Banana Man starts saying things other than okay, and Brian loses his mind, declaring it a mystery that needs to be solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you understand? This is our Banana Man.
It's not okay. Scarlowy 1, Animal Act. First Catwoman, now Miranda. I think Nightwing has a thing for whips.
Hello, listener, and welcome back to Jump on the Mechanic Wagon. I'm your host, Scarlowy1. In this episode, I will tell you about Season 1, Episode 17 of the New Earl Adventures, Hyena Act. The Joker knocks on Earl's door. I'm back! Thanks for babysitting my hyenas. Earl opens the door to reveal that his apartment has been torn to shreds. At first, it was pretty rough, but in the end, it was fun. And besides, I never liked those neighbors anyway. Everyone always grows to like Bud and Lou. Well, those who survive, which is pretty much just you. Anyway,
that's how the Joker laughs.
The end. This episode is included as a bonus feature on the DVD of the movie Talladega Nights. No one knows why, but we have top men on it. Top men.
No bottoms?
Anyway, see you next week. Same time, same poo-poo channel.
Just the
tops. We're the bottom, man. Yeah. The whip thing reminds me that was also like it does, yeah. That was also a thought I had during the episode of like, we've had a lot of, within the last several years now, of like, oh, this circus was shut down for animal cruelty, and like this thing is being fixed about circuses because like that's not okay to do. And I had that thought with like Miranda being like, I love these animals, nobody gets to touch them except me, I'm the animal lady. And then she just always is like, get the whip, I'm doing whip things. Like, you know why they're scared of that is because you hurt them with it. So if they don't do shit. So
it's a weird concept, but
it is interesting.
Yeah.
Eric LeBeau, Animal Actor. I feel like Clown Jervis would have stolen Bullock's donut too. Here, the voice message.
Finally out of that apartment. I've been looking forward to finally get some time to myself. And this. I haven't been able to see a wrestling match in person before.
And in this corner, standing at 6'3", 250 pounds, straight out of the bowels of Gotham City sewers, Killer Croc!
I know that crocodile. Well, at least this is just a local show. I mean, it's not like he's going to be fighting anyone important.
If you smell what the rock!
Oh, no.
That's pretty good. Apparently Yopton was the announcer. Oh, boy.
I really enjoy that.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Yeah. LexCorp cares. Bone mass omelet.
Oh, what?
Howdy, Kyle's 1 and 2. I'm just sending in an update that's in no way court mandated. Sent from the Lex Shack. The Lex Shack is a little old place where we can do some alleged war crimes.
Good morning, and boop. It's LexCorp Colin here. You know, I would like to issue my sincerest and most legally requiredest apologies to Jervis Tetch and all the others harmed by Lex Tooth. How were we to know that a kryptonite-based teeth whitening serum would result in leaching about 2 feet worth of bone mass from your legs and putting about a foot worth of bone mass back into your teeth? Complete surprise to us, but you know what they say. You can't leach some bone mass without making a few omelets or something like that. I apologize. I'm still coming down. I'm going through the withdrawals from the goat roids. By the way, side note, wouldn't recommend taking those. Did wake up in the woods not really knowing who, what, where, or why I was. Anyways, prayers for Emmy Lou. All right, take care. Bye.
That's a good unknown reference. Good job, LexCorp cares. Thank you. Super Beetle. Let's give a big top welcome to Jumpin' Jamie and Brave Brother Broderick. Tonight, prepare for the stunning amount of adequacy as we watch Animal Act, or Peaches. Yeah, this one's fine. I like seeing post-graduation Dick reconnect with his roots. I definitely wish more of the episode was about this, but whatever. I do prefer TNBA's version of Jarvis, who is just a freaky little guy with a shapely, angular face face. Random question. What DC characters do you think would benefit from facial hair design-wise? Anyhow, toodles till next week when you cover my favorite DCAU episode of 1998. Interesting. Gosh, I don't know.
Catwoman. Just like a big fucking
Miranda
beard.
Kane. the Miranda Kane and the lady from the Cult of the Cat look almost exactly the same. Like whoever
I'm
designed
noticing a black lipstick trend.
Yeah, and a toothpick waist trend.
Toothpick, it's a little bit thinner than a toothpick.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much. It's too thick.
6 human hairs.
Thick. True score. Animal Act or Mad Hatter turns into Joker because it's cheaper or something. Hey, Juju and Beat. I actually really had a fun time with this one. There's a fun cast of characters, and the intro scene for Hatter's reveal is quite menacing and well done. His theme is a banger. Can't give it too much more than that because it's just the Bat Fam fighting animals again. Here's what was said. I doubt anyone's doing repair work at this hour. Thank you, Bruce Wayne, who is completely in tune with the working class. Very true. Circus in your blood sounds like Brian.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, the Sharp Alert Car Locator Factory. What a series of words. If I had $1 for every time the Bat family fought animals in this show, I'd be rich as hell. Miranda's voice acting got significantly worse 10 minutes into the episode. Now bend down. Calm down, Hatter. They aren't your Alice. Yeah. Me when I get a net thrown over me and I jitter back and forth and can't get it off. What is that gorilla doing to Mad Hatter? Somehow this episode was still horny. Yeah.
Also, I think I owe the smallest of apologies to this episode. Was that like, were the microchips and those old cars supposed to be like, in case your car gets stolen, that you can track it? Is that what it was?
I don't care.
Deal.
The net thing makes me think of because all the circus guys are fighting them, and then Mad Hatter's hat gets destroyed, and they're all clearly going, "Huh? What? We've been released from the mind control." And Nightwing then throws a net over all of them. Why did he do that? He did stay away from the Mad Hatter so he can run away and we can have a harder time stopping him. He might have a gun. The net will protect you from gun. Trevor West, Southern Farmer Representation. As a Southern farmer myself, I wanted to address the concerns over whether Farmer Brown is offensive. The answer is no. He kicked Batman's ass, so I'm pretty good at being made fun of in every other way. Thank you. Okay, this is Jordan Newman, GCN Docu Special 3 promo. Animal Acts, writers killing it in the ratings as always. Keep these docu specials going.
Jervis Tetch was once a neuroscientist working for Wayne Enterprises, when a perfect combination of jealousy, rage, and madness led him to use his amazing inventions to subvert the free will of others. He became a criminal known as the Mad Hatter. Now with his latest arrest, he's begun using animals to carry out his crimes. With the reach of his schemes expanding in scope, can Gothamites ever feel truly safe from his influence? I'm Jack Ryder. Join me as I get to the truth tonight on Mad Hatter, Wonderland Nightmares. Now over to the music. Always like hearing the Mad Hatter leitmotif. It's real whimsical and kind of annoying, but I think that's the point. I'm like 80% sure that I didn't hear the Nightwing motif in this one. I was doing dishes for part of the episode, so I guess I might have missed it. Never apologize for loving your fandom and try to stay optimistic.
I don't think it was there. I also couldn't tell you what the Mad Hatter one was if you asked me. So
I've got Mad in my Hatter.
This is from Andy G98. I think it's a new one. Hi guys, found y'all's channel a couple months ago, Watchtower Database, and have been doing my part in watching everything. Glad y'all are still around.
Wow.
We are still around.
We're here.
Even if we skipped a week, yeah. The Banana Baby Goo Goo Gaga translation, what? Father? And Banana Man Bat, squaw! Shit, you mean this isn't Banana Baby's father? Drops Banana Man. He's okay. And swoops in and grabs Kyle and flies away. Squaw! Banana Man says gubernatorial.
This is what?
I don't know. Peter Pantaloons had replied, this is a very powerful comment.
What? Wait, what?
I don't know what's going on anymore, man.
Can you spell it for me? Is that something you need to look up?
Gubernatorial?
Yeah.
GUBERNATORIAL.
One moment, please.
relating to a state governor or the office of state governor. What?
That's what he says when he's scared and falling through the air. I don't know.
Banana Man, no. Are you a governor?
Maybe Banana Baby's real dad, Kyle, can explain here in this email from Kyle.
Wait, I need to hear from the banana governor.
Don't make them create even more banana accounts. It's already too much.
I got to use my power where and when I can, you know.
If I ask for more bananas, they will appear.
Another episode of the So-So Show starring Batman characters. James, Brother Broderick. I had so many questions about this episode, specifically why all of these giant, massively strong animals weren't tearing through these human beings, as well as this provides us an opportunity to see Circus Dick, which we haven't seen. Wait a minute. No, I'm not going to talk about him being a child. Anyways, I was really curious what Brian thought of Gotham City's version of the circus. Have you guys been to the circus? I've only really ever seen them in TV shows or movies. I've been once, but I don't remember anything from it. Those are just mainly questions for Brian. But also, are we going to ignore the fact that there's definitely one of those guys that Dick grew up with that's clearly supposed to be painted to look like an indigenous person? Yeah, that didn't look great in the 90s, and it doesn't look great now. Anyways, peace.
Thank you. I'm only racist to gorillas, so I appreciate you making sure that was in there. I've been to the circus like twice in my life. It looked like that pretty much the end.
Yeah, I've been to the circus before. A couple times, 3 times, something like that.
Is this a joke, Brian?
Okay. So like there's the traditional top, 3-ring big top, blah, 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 blah. And then there's like circus arts as like an all-encompassing. And I've been to the second one, you might say, a lot more than the first. But yeah, they do this. They do this stuff.
They have Big Bear.
Honestly, I feel like the talent in a lot of like circuses that you go to see is actually real low. Like not necessarily with the aerials, which are like pretty okay, but like you're going to see the bottom 10% of like tricks that people do.
Yeah.
And then now they've been like eliminating animal stuff, which, you know, I'm pretty okay with for the most part. You're not really going to, you just can see people like walking around in shiny clothing with music playing. And that's it.
Yeah, my memories of even as a child going to the circus a couple times was like, well, this is boring. I wish that there was something more spectacular happening. I feel like something like a Barnum and Bailey's, like back in the day, when it started, would have been like, oh, this is like really impressive. I've never seen anything like this. But then now when you have so much like fucking Cirque du Soleil is like, holy shit.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you want to see talent, you go to a Cirque show. And they're not all created equal. No. Some of the smaller touring ones are like a little...
It's still impressive, but not as like...
Yeah. But even still, like Curios, man, I went and saw that on tour and that was like fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Such good jugglers too.
Or even, I mean, I'm biased, but even like a drum corps show, a really good drum corps show is much more impressive than just a big top circus.
Totally. Well, it's the thing. It's like, it's like skill and choreography. And like, can you blend, like when you're, fucking circus rant, street performing, like you're generally doing like the bottom 10% of your tricks, just so one, you don't mess up, but two, that's where a lot of like the more like visually impressive ones, but not necessarily technically difficult tricks exist.
Yeah.
So that's not impressive. Cool.
Come on, circus.
Come on, circus.
Get your act together. This is from the unknown, and before I play it, it says the penultimate, which means second to last. For our listeners that don't know that.
When you learned that, was that the happiest day of your life?
No. I just like to. Okay.
Second happiest. January 6th is your first happiest.
It was my penultimate happiest. I have. Damn it! There's too many layers to that banana. The thing was that for like years and years, and I still see it sometimes, where people will just, I'll hear them use it, or I'll see it on the internet or something of using it to describe like the biggest ultimate thing, the penultimate this thing, the penultimate episode of Batman the Animated Series is the, whatever. And I started tossing that in, and then now I've done it so many times in the videos, I just have to keep doing it. If I end up like, oh, I'm going to use the word penultimate, well, I might as well explain what that means for those that don't know.
That's good, man. You're doing a public service.
I am. It's helping the universe and so.
And like we learned out like goober freaking whatever earlier.
Yeah, gubernatorial.
There you go. Goober material.
Yes. So the unknowns thing, someone pointed out that we kind of so the unknown last time had mentioned blah 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 about like shooting a deer in a Disney movie that nobody cares about, and then we just glossed over that. Obviously a Bambi reference. There's Miss Bambi from Mask of the Phantasm, who was the Asian woman, the engagement woman at the party. And then someone else pointed out in the Discord, I believe, that it was an earlier clue that we didn't realize was a clue was him saying like the eyes are the window to the soul, they say, or whatever. And she has those like super black, weird eyes. So I think it's Miss Bambi. I think Miss Bambi is the answer.
Okay.
And we already figured out that she's in the Joker's wild casino place or whatever. So before I play this, I wanted to put that out there in case there's much more obvious hints in this one that, to be like, no, I figured it out before.
But also like shooting a deer that no one can, like, that's like the saddest part. Well, it's not. It's like the saddest part of my childhood. I care about that a lot.
Well, we didn't talk about it. We didn't think it was related. Okay. I don't know. But shout out to whoever helped me with that. It was like Dr. Derp and Kale and Kyle and Ryan and all those people that are talking in there all the time. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. You were there. There's too many. There's so many listeners. So many Dylan Pollock. Here's the thing. That's the normal sound again.
Welcome back, Yappers. Oh, James, no clues in the last episode.
Yeah.
I practically gave you the person's name.
Yeah, okay.
But you all have a lot going on, so let me narrow it down even farther for you guys. She appears for the first of her 2 DCAU appearances in a podcast episode seemingly titled over Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you not to think too big, character-wise. That would make this all a little too easy, wouldn't it? You have everything you need now. But I will tell you that no, it's not Talia, Poison Ivy, or Emmy Lou Brown. I mean, come on, James. And no, it's not woman falling downstairs for 200, Alex Trebek. No matter what happens next week, boys, something tells me this is all about to come to an end.
It is, because it's Miss Bambi.
What was the title of that episode?
The Joker was Homer Simpson. I don't remember why it was called that. But
what?
I don't remember why it was called that.
I can't believe that there's this whole past life of me that I have no recollection of.
It has something to do with the flashbacks. And we made some sort of Simpsons joke with that, and I don't remember why. But
if we didn't annoy me so much, I would go back and like binge our podcast. But that's just not.
Dang it, man!
No, I think we're fun. I think we're funny sometimes.
Well, we have the answer. Why they were taken, I have no fucking idea. Why did you do this? Don't ever do this again. It's from Dr. Derp. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, the unknown. You're unknown to me. I don't know who you are. And when you say you reveal who you are, it makes me think that you're someone that's already been writing in as someone else. But I don't know. Who do you think they are?
Dylan.
Running around shooting scars or whatever that song is. Tearing life apart. You're gonna catch a cold from the ice inside your soul. Don't come back for me. Who do you think you are? And that's the song.
I don't know what
I'm saying. I just like to sing.
Oh, okay. Good
Animal Act from Dr. or Mad Hatter's Weenies. You know, an episode about Dick Grayson returning to Haley Circus really should feel more impactful than this. If I had a nickel for every cartoon clown that harassed iconic WB characters in a circus setting using mind control, I'd have 2 nickels, which is about how much I'd bet that Hillary J. Bader had Scooby-Doo on her mind when writing this. Jervis is unironically more entertaining in this episode as a mime trolling Harvey Bullock than he is as a villain.
Yes.
Worst Mad Hatter episode, hard to tell at this point. This might be the best Mad Hatter episode. It didn't make me like furious how stupid. I don't know. The skeleton is an impactful Nightwing. The skeleton of an impact. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? An impactful Nightwing episode is here, but for all the characters Dick seems to recognize, none of the warmth from Robin's reckoning is present. None of the ominous atmosphere, for that matter.
Yeah, why are we we're just introducing these characters just so they can be mind controlled and attack him later? That's it.
Yeah,
There's no communicate. How are you? Oh my god, we've been doing with your life. No. Oh, Dick.
Well, and also,
hi, Dick. Bye.
Yeah, I remember me from Never. There was also I think we saw an elephant when they walk into the big top tent. There's an elephant being led somewhere. We never see that elephant again, but there was an elephant that was like his best friend when he was a little baby boy.
Oh my god, you're right.
Why didn't they do that?
Why didn't they do anything worthwhile? They just threw it away.
Attack the elephant. Yeah, who knows? I guess the trapeze-related imagery and Dick's scrapbook hit you in the feels if you're in the know, but all it does is make me want to see Robin's Reckoning instead. Both parts, even. At least the story is consistently about Dick instead of it's about Dick instead of being about circus animals stealing tech. Thank goodness Critters didn't wind up like this. Mad Hatter would have gotten his hands on Farmer Brown's goat if he had any balls in those oversized clown pants. But no, all he has are weenies. Until next time, Go-Go Gadget Invisible Clown Car. Simon Smith and the Amazing Dancing Bear plays over the loudspeakers. I got that one. Do you know that song?
No.
That's too bad.
Shit.
It's Simon Smith and his Amazing Dancing Bear. There's a good Muppet version of that. I just like to sing. This is from Lanola Cola. While this episode might not be a barn burner or a hit Haley Circus act, Animal Act, aka Deja Moo / Mad Hatter's inconsistent wig and hair color / I've seen enough Ka hypnosis artwork on DeviantArt to fear what happened to Miranda next, is a decently fun episode. While Dick revisiting the Haley Circus is a good concept, he feels out of place in the ongoing investigation part by having Batman do the legwork. I do fear that Mad Hatter has become a joke like B-Task Penguin, but it was funny seeing Peaches jump on him and Tim get a shitty job. I'll reach back to y'all like the flames from the fire breather in Animal Act till we up again. Cullum Hayes. Cullum Hayes. As in, if you were unsure about the best means of disposing a large number of livestock. Cullum? Oh no. Hello, James Bunt and Blofeld's cat. First time emailer Cullum Hayes here. To be spoken in a spooky voice. I am emailing you from the past. I am listening to the episode 117, Cold Comfort or Glowing Red in His Meat Basement. I started listening to your excellent podcast back in July. Amazon Prime's Caped Crusader had inspired me to rewatch B-Test, and that's when I found your show. You guys make me laugh so much, and you make the commute to work something I actually look forward to. Does it sound like this? As I haven't caught up yet, I'm only sending this email to confirm that On Her Majesty's Secret Service does indeed suck. It's boring, complicated, and yet nothing ever seems to actually be happening. George Lazenby is so fucking god-awful. The legacy of this terrible, terrible movie is not the death of James Bond's wife. It is that it inspired the look of Austin Powers. Yours, returning to my own time stream, Cullum. P.S. I really hope I haven't gone over the email word count, and I look forward to listening to this email when I do catch up. Thanks, Cullum.
Thank you so much for saying that. In a world full of insane people liking On Her Majesty's Secret Service, it's just such a breath of fresh air.
This was also an add-on for Animal Act. I haven't caught up just yet. In the intro to the episode, Double Tuck or Blink Bag in a Bag of Blinks, you were trying to remember the limerick / mnemonic for the order of the planets from the sun. I just want to share this one that I learned from Danish name incoming, Sandi Toksvig.
Can you show me?
On Toksvig.
Yeah, probably like Tox. If you want to put a G on there, probably, but it could also be like Toksvig.
Yeah, okay. This is the mnemonic. Mary's virgin explanation made Joseph suspect upstairs neighbor. That is all for now. Thank you. That's a good one. I'm not going to remember that, but I don't
my
need to
God. Wow. Okay.
Last couple here. We got one from Xenode Xenode. I think I'm doing that right now. It says little emphasis on the K. I don't know. I remember reading about this episode on a worst BTAS episodes list and feared for the worst when Bruce Timm himself stated it was one of his least favorites. As I pressed play on Brian's other dog, I braced myself for bad animation, boring story, and rampant mischaracterization, and found an all right, if not little bland episode with Nightwing reminiscing over his circus dick days, my bad. Mad Hatter isn't that bad either, with a scheme that works for like 6 whole months. I didn't even catch, as a couple people have said that now, I didn't even catch the whatever line said that he had been doing this for a while. I was just so like bored and uninterested. So why did Bruce Timm hate this episode? Was it the animal villains? Is it his rampant bias against Dick?
Just listen to the episode you just listened to.
Of the
You'll
podcast,
get it.
yeah. I bet it's just the lackluster plot mixed with a sort of plain Mad Hatter. I suppose it would look childish. Speaking of childish and Bruce Timm's negative opinions, what's worse, an episode that sticks out like a sore thumb in tone and feel, or an episode that completely fails at the usual formula?
That one, but this was also both.
It was both. Personally, I find it admirable when a show tries multiple tones, even when they're completely different or don't hit the mark, compared to when the show has a single consistent tone throughout. It's the reason why I consider Batman in my basement, I just like to sing, and Underdwellers better than something like Torch Song or Terrible Trio, because if you're going to suck, never be boring about it. Attending the funeral of my security guard buddy who got mauled in the face by a bear, Xenode.
Oh, fuck, right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, it's not that we, wish every episode was exactly the same, and when it's not, it's bad, but it can be a different tone and style and stuff. It just has to be good. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know.
That sounds like my exact. I recently watched Beau is Afraid.
I have only seen part of it, but I have heard that it is insanely strange and unnerving and whatever.
Didn't realize when we pressed play that it was a 3-hour movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And
Is
just
afraid.
Decided to watch the whole thing. And like, it is so good. It is bad, and it is unwatchable, and it is uncomfortable, and it's so good. It's like 4 movies in one. It's 4 45-minute movies. I think that's the math in one. Dear God, just watch it. Sit down.
Different age every time, right?
Nope.
No. All right.
Just sit down and watch it with somebody who can appreciate like the artistry of film and writing, and like talk about it, drink a bit. Like, you're going to need some help getting through, but like, it is so artfully done. And that was, I think, what sent me off to like the bad, but good.
Okay. But that's not Animal Act. Is the closing statement.
Yeah.
Last first, we have Mark Aquino. Animal Act, or Flirty Circus, or Lions, No Tigers, But Bears, oh my, or Going to the Country, Gonna Eat Me a Lot of Peaches. It was Mad Hatter might have been. It was neat getting to see our old pal College Dick return to what was technically his childhood home. Growing up in the circus must sound like fun to kids at first, but really think about it for a second. No, really think about it. Yeah, not very fun now, is it? You have to scoop boxes. Clayface. I don't know what the discourse is among the fandom regarding the Mad Hatter's redesign, but I think it works. It arguably does a better job of conveying how creepy he is, especially with his more jagged teeth. I guess I like it better than his like uber shoulder padded blue suit that he had in BTAS, but he's like unexplainedly like 2 feet shorter in this show than he was before. I didn't see a juggler in that circus troupe, but if there was, then that group probably would have defeated Batman and Nightwing in the climax. That's the power of the juggler.
Yeah,
there's a moment in the climax when Batman and Nightwing trap all the circus performers in a net, and it looks, for a lack of a better term, ropey. Did Yang Yang intentionally loop the frames to simulate them struggling, or did they just run out of time and had to leave it as is? You make the call. I don't know. It could have been anything. Bad. Honestly, I don't see how Batman doing his usual appear out of nowhere thing on Dick would phase him. If anything, it should have just been that they just act as if it's no big deal, like it's normal for them, which it kind of is. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but hey, isn't that what this silly podcast is for? Well, no, it's to make Brian laugh. So whippity snippity, boog, boog, boog. Oh, man.
Boo.
Overall, I thought this was a fun episode, fairly lightweight and a bit more subdued in its animal silliness compared to Critters, but it's still entertaining. Although I have to say that cross-dissolve transition from the bear to Bullock, chef's kiss, just masterful in every way.
That was probably the best part of the episode, to be fair.
It was, yeah. After the two tiny other moments that we said or whatever. Boss Bigusta? It's spelled differently. Boss Bigusta bear hugs. To the number, it's like the Spanish version. To the #1 podcast host in this here multiverse of ours. Note that I'm only racist against gorillas, so you can't say anything. Jonathan Livingston Siegel and Bloopy. Praise to our Lord and Savior Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules. Likewise to all his loyal disciples, all the names. You're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. Just when we thought the Banana Family saga had cooled down, so cometh the Banana Man Bat. I wonder if we'll be getting more banana-fied variants of characters as we go along. Well, now we will.
If I wish it to be so, then it shall be.
Killer Banana Croc, Harvey 2 Banana, Banana Bibbo, Banana Clayface. The banana multiverse has been ruptured once again. Anything goes. And I feel obligated to mention that the Yop Tower uploaded a new episode of his podcast. It's 7 hours long. Don't say I didn't warn you. Is that true?
I saw it come up.
One moment, please.
I did not.
Until next week, Smoke Bomb will be blown up by a big old whooshy size flew away. Thank you, Mark. Yop Tower. Holy shit, it is. What the fuck, dude? What are you doing over there? This isn't a game anymore, man. Stop. I saw the notification that it existed, but oh my God.
I think I saw 7 minutes, like 7:32 or something like that.
You must have assumed. 7 hours, 5 minutes, 25 seconds. Holy shit. Dude.
Oh, wow. What is...
Don't do
Well,
this.
now I got to listen to at least the start of it to see what that's about. But.
That's how he gets you.
Yeah.
Well, next episode, Brian, it's called Old Wounds. Is it Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Do you like how I said wounds?
No.
Yes, it is Batman.
Yay!
What's it about?
Oh my God. Is it Nightwing and Batman?
Yeah, baby. I'm so glad you guessed that.
Fuck that
the
shit.
The whole fucking time.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
You brought that up. I was like, God damn it, that's the next episode.
Nah.
It's yeah, you'll find out why they have beef.
Yeah, this could be the explanation of it.
The beef explanation. I've been wondering since Big Cow appeared, where's the beef? Well, we have 12 episodes of Superman left, 7 episodes of Batman left, and 10 episodes of the podcast till we start our new show. Brian, I'm not going to ask you if you're excited. Oh, you are?
No, I'm just wow.
Wow. I guess that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Animal Act sucked. Sorry, there's so many sucky episodes lately. But
don't you apologize for insulting your fandom? Wait a minute.
Never apologize for insulting your fandom and try to stay pessimistic. That's what we say at the end of every episode.
Let's sign out on that. That's where it needs to be.
All right, bye.
Bye, listener. Thank you for making it this far. And as a reward to making it this far, I'm going to tell you a secret about James.
Okay.
He may still be in possession of a key that he's not supposed to have.
Until next time, listener. Goodbye.
Tim said he wanted to see what circus life was like, so I arranged for him to spend the rest of the week with Miranda.
He's going to help train animals?
Not exactly.
When you're done there, I still have the bear's cage.
Great.
Man, I miss it.
What?
Show business.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted by the Watchtower Database. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for DC Animated Universe videos on a regular basis. This podcast is edited and produced by yours truly, James Strecker. Musical themes by Kimmy, Cooney Phoenix, Viltsu, Eric LeBeau, Jordan Blumen, my mother, and of course, my smooth co-host, Brian, brother Broderick Meneely. To buy us a Yoppie beverage and hear your name read in a future episode, or to nab yourself a Yoppie Dude t-shirt, please visit the links in today's show notes. Thank you for supporting the show. You can hear more on today's DCAU episode by checking out our friends over on the DCAU Review and Tim Talk podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can email batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Pod Tower. New episodes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon are released Fridays on all your favorite podcast feeds and watchtowerdatabase.com. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.